back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If this is your very first time joining me, I am so excited for today's video. This is a video that I have personally been wanting to do for such a long time, but I just never really found the exact products that I was really in love with, and I only like to deliver you guys like A1 content and like A1 recommendations. We're gonna be doing my top 5 concealers. I have some full coverage concealers, natural concealers, I have it all, and I'm literally so excited for this video. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. I post every Tuesday and Friday, but I've been posting a lot more since I have a lot more free time. Be sure to like this video and let me know what videos you guys want to see down below, and follow my social medias, which are up here on the screen. I post a lot on my Instagram and my Snapchat and fun things like that. And all of these products that I talk about in today's video will be linked in the description box, so you guys can go ahead down there and directly purchase them, and I make it easy on you guys. If you're excited, let's go ahead and get started. You guys have been being so sweet in the comments, and I wore my hair very like natural for like one of my Sephora hauls. Maybe it was both, I can't really remember. And you guys were like, Bella, like why don't you wear your hair natural more? And I'm trying not to put a lot of heat damage on my hair, so it's perfect. So this is my natural hair. It's just nice and curly and wavy. Like I literally just washed it last night, woke up and it looked like this, so I thought I would leave it this way. So thank you guys for being so sweet. It literally means so much to me. I love reading y'all's comments and responding and like connecting with you guys. It's just like the best feeling ever, and it's my favorite. So I'm rambling, let's get started. Okay, so starting off with concealers, just a little bit about my skin. I have dry skin, I have dry under eyes, I have really good skincare though. I really take good care of my skin, and I like medium, like light to medium concealers. I'm not really a full coverage type of person. Like today I'm wearing a lot of makeup, and I don't normally wear a lot of makeup. So that's just like a little bit about me and my preference on concealers. I don't want them to be dry. I don't want them to be cakey. I want them to be super smooth. I want them to be buildable. Buildable is like a huge thing to me. And I want them to not have a super like quick dry time, so where I can take my time blending it out. And I want them to also be able to be baked, because some concealers don't go well with being baked. And there's one concealer that I'm going to be talking about in today's video that I love, but it can't be used like under your eyes to be baked with, if that makes sense. So that's like a little background. Okay, so moving on to the actual products, the first concealer I'm going to be talking about, and this is in no sort of rank, this is just me like picking it up and talking about it, is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Mousse Concealer. I have this in a few shades. I use light beige, I use beige, and I use vanilla. Right now I've been using the shade Vanilla, and it is a little too light for me right now with, you know, my skin tone and me being sort of tan. But that is the shade right there. It's a really nice like neutral light tone. So a few reasons why I love this concealer. I love how multi-use it is. It literally says it in the title. You can use this for foundation if you want to. You can use it for concealer. You can get a darker shade for contour and bronzer. You can do so much with this concealer. It's so amazing. I also really love the packaging of this concealer. I love the doe foot and how big it is, and I also just love how big the packaging is. This concealer has a really nice blendability to it, so it feels so good when you blend it out. It's not quick drying at all. The way it blends out is so nice and evenly. Like it never just like patches up in one little area. It's super smooth on the under eyes. This is something I do prefer on medium coverage days, and it's not really something I'd ever wear, you know, without makeup, like just like as concealer, because I do have another one that I do prefer to wear, you know, just alone on my skin with like no foundation or anything. But I'm sure this would be great for that. I just like how long wearing this is and how smooth it always looks. I can always count on this concealer. It's one of those concealers that goes with any eye cream I use, any sort of baking powder, never leaves flashback, never cakes up, and it just like never, you know, comes off or anything like that. And it also doesn't oxidize on me. So this is just one of those concealers I could count on. It's 10/10, like it's so good. Let me know down below if you guys have ever used this concealer and what you guys think about it. I personally am obsessed with it. I've been loving it since it came out, and I'm pretty sure there's so many other people who love it as well. So they have 35 shades on the Sephora app that you're able to choose from, so you can really like rest assured that you're gonna find the shade for, you know, contouring, concealing, or for like your actual face color. I love how the finish of this concealer is natural, yet the coverage of it is full. It's not full coverage with looking full coverage and cakey. It has a really nice natural and light finish. And I also love how weightless it is on my under eyes. I never feel like I'm wearing concealer. It doesn't feel heavy, and it really does just brighten my eyes. I love this concealer so much, and let me know down below if you've ever used it. Okay, the next concealer I have is something I like to use when I wear absolutely no makeup, and I just want to have a little bit of brightness on my under eyes and a little bit of coverage, but nothing too crazy. This is the Becca Cosmetics Light Shifter Brightening Concealer. This concealer is super cool. I actually really love the packaging. You're gonna twist it to get more product. And it's kind of like that Maybelline product where it comes out at the top of like a little like squishy sort of like little sponge. I have this in the shade 3 because I want it to match my skin tone and not be too brightening. So here it is right there if you guys are able to see that. As you can tell, it's super natural and it's super light and super thin. So they do have 8 shades in this concealer on the Sephora app. This concealer is different than anything I've ever tried. It's a really hydrating concealer. The complex in it, like I said, is just super hydrating and brightening. It's also illuminating and blurring. So it's gonna illuminate your under eyes, but it's also gonna blur them. It's not gonna make your fine lines come out or those little dots you have under your eyes. It's just gonna like really just like brighten and blur. Like it actually says that and it actually does that. It's one of those products that really sticks to its word. This is a concealer that I do not set with powder by any means. It sets on its own in my opinion, and it actually looks better without powder because it's a lot more natural and light on the skin and more brightening. The coverage is light and the finish is radiant. It's not going to be natural. It's going to look super bright on your under eyes and luminescent and very just like soft blurred. I've never tried this with a medium coverage foundation at all. I actually, like I said, I either spot conceal with this or put a little bit under my eyes to give myself a little bit of a good, you know, confidence feeling. But other than that, this is just an amazing concealer. It's something that I feel like I will always repurchase. And I just love the burst of hydration that it provides while adding a really pretty natural luminescent under eye look. Next up we have the Glossier Stretch Concealer. This is the only product in this video that is not from Sephora. There's going to be 12 shades available in this whole selection range. Something I love about this concealer is how flexible it is, yet it's undetectable. I have a few shades in this, but right now I'm using G7. It comes in this really cute pot. Kind of reminds me of like the NARS Radiant one that's like in that pot. There's the shade that I have right now, and I'm going to swatch it for you guys and show you guys. This one is more close to my skin tone because I wanted this shade to really spot conceal and not be too brightening. This is a really nice buildable concealer that really covers darkness, but it has a really nice dewy, glowy finish that's very natural. It has adaptable mineral pigments in it, so the more you blend it out, the more it's going to match your skin tone and look super seamless. It's going to be basically like one with your skin. If you ever heard of that like little quote, it just really looks like so natural and beautiful. Comparing it to the Becca one, this one has a lot more coverage, yet it still acts as natural. The finish is still the same on both of these. I would both consider, you know, them both like natural and glowy, but this one does have more coverage. So, you know, depending on both, if you still want it to look natural and one with your skin and very just seamless and glowy, then, you know, go with this one. But if you want a little bit more coverage than this one, I would definitely go with this one. I like how it's in a pot because I love the way the warmth of my finger really melts with the product and blends it in super nicely. And it also has elastic micro waxes in it that move with your skin, and it doesn't just sit on top of your skin and cake. It moves like while you smile, while you do everything that you need to do. It's not going to sit there and hold your face down. This concealer is just so cool. I think the technology behind a concealer like this is really cool, or not even the technology, like just like the thoughts behind it and all of the like work that went into it. Again, this is a concealer that I just love, and it's not something I apply too much of on my under eyes. I like to maybe take a little bit on my finger, tap it around, and then just like lightly dab it. I don't set this concealer by any means with any sort of baking powder. If I do set it, it's with my Pat McGrath under eye blurring powder, or the Glossier Water pairs super well with it. But this isn't a concealer I would bake with. I baked with it once and it didn't turn out good at all, so do not bake with this concealer. It's more of like a waxy, creamy formula, so it's just not gonna go well with the bake. It's nourishing, it's buildable, it's enhancing, and it's flexible most of all. So I love this concealer so much. It's something that I think I will take to my grave. I highly recommend this concealer. And if you guys need help down below, you know, trying to figure out, well, you know, what concealer out of all these that you're gonna like, let me know, because I'd be more than happy to help. And especially between these two, I feel like both of these can be similar in different ways. The coverage is, you know, lighter on this, a little bit bigger on this, like a little bit heavier, but nothing too crazy. But if you're conflicted on which one to get, let me know down below and I would love to chat with you. Okay, so next up we have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. I have this in the shade 31. This concealer is a medium coverage, but it is a natural finish. I like this concealer because I love how thin it is, yet the coverage is really nice and natural and medium. But I just like love the way like it blends on my under eyes. I just like enjoy like taking my beauty blender and just like patting it on my under eyes. So it claims to have a second skin satin feel, and that's exactly how it is. You know, it's one of those products that doesn't feel too crazy, feel too cakey. I actually don't feel it on my skin at all. It has a 12-hour crease-free wear, but it says it's self-setting. And it is self-setting, but when I don't set it, I get creases. So I do like to bake with this powder. It actually works really well with baking. The only other complaint I have about this concealer, first of all, like, I love the shade range. It is a huge shade range. I think they have like over 20 shades in it, which is absolutely amazing. I use 30, 31, and 33 depending on my skin tone and what I want for my under eyes or my face. But like the only other kind of complaint I have is that like my concealer cap comes off. I don't know if that's normal, but like obviously like, I can twist it off, or maybe this one's not letting me twist it off anymore. I can't use it anymore. Oh my gosh. So it got stuck down there, like the little thing that pulls it out. So it looks like I can't use this concealer anymore until I order a new one. So I don't know if that's, you know, normal with other people's packaging, but this has happened to just this one, so I don't know. Let's see if I can even twist it. Oh my god, I got it. Okay, so that's cool, but that shouldn't happen with packaging. I'm gonna swatch this for you guys. I just like love this shade. It's so brightening. It's so natural on my under eyes. I just love the satin feel of this on my under eyes. I love the way it bakes. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing concealer. All of these concealers have different sort of like tasks in my opinions, and they all do different things, and that's why I enjoy them. I like to have an array of options, and I like to see what I'm, you know, feeling that day. All right, so I'm saving my favorite concealer for last, and this has been something I have been raving about nonstop. It was in my current favorites of April. It was in my hauls of Sephora, and it was just like my favorite concealer right now, and I think it will be for a very long time. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Perfection Concealer. She has a ton of shades in this concealer. It's so amazing. First, gonna start off with the packaging. It's a glass packaging, but it looks so fancy and so fun. This concealer is a creamy, lightweight concealer, but it's a matte finish, but it's also very radiant matte. I have the shade LM9 for under my eyes because it's super light, but I also just like love, love, love the doe foot, and I love the way it applies on my skin. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys so you guys are able to see it right there. So I like to use this on medium coverage days and also no makeup days. If you apply a little, it goes a really nice long way and it blends out so well. And like I said, it is a matte finish. It is so perfecting on the under eyes. Out of all these concealers, I can just say like this is by far my favorite one, like if I had to pick. I just like love the way this blends, and I love the finish it gives me, and it's never creased on me. It's never let me down. It lasts so long. So it's a full coverage with a natural finish. It has a really cool Vita Serum Complex, which moisturizes your under eyes while setting them and making them look super bright. Sorry, my lighting is going in and out because it's getting dark outside. It also has like a flex form matrix, so it's smooth without being tacky, and it has really nice comfort on your under eyes. This is also another concealer. You don't feel it on your under eyes, and you don't really like see it in the sense of like you don't see like, you know, more lines and stuff like that. It really hides the appearance of them. And it has optical diffusing pigments in it. Okay, you guys, my camera cut off, so I'm sorry it's a different angle, but I'm gonna finish talking about this concealer. This is just all around an amazing concealer. I love it so much. I, you know, trust it so much as well. Like I can just always count on this. Goes with all of my eye creams, goes with all of my baking powders. I also want to try her Sublime Perfecting powder and her foundation. Pat McGrath has never let me down. Her quality is so amazing. You pay for what you get, and she really does provide the best quality. All right, guys, that is it for this video. These are all my top 5 concealers that I trust, I swear by, I guarantee you they're gonna work. You're at least gonna find one of these concealers that works for you. These are gonna be linked down below for you guys to purchase, but if you guys need help finding one that works for you, let me know down below in the comments. I would be more than happy to help you. I want to make sure that, you know, you feel confident with the makeup you have. I love you guys so much. I do hope I see you guys in my very next video, which is coming out very, very soon. You're never alone. You're never gonna be alone. You have me. I'm your supporter. I am here for you always, and you also have God by your side 24/7 all the time. He's with you. Keep that in mind. Just know you're never alone. You never have to face situations or life alone. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.